Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. Hope you all have an amazing day. We're starting off with the white pieces against a 1993 from Egypt. Another Karo Khan is absolutely insane. I swear that's 3 in a row. I don't know what's happening. Apparently people around 2000 like to play the Karo Khan. We have the Queen E2. Queen E2, knight takes, queen takes. G6 is a strange move. And the reason G6 is often a strange move is because we have Queen E5 to hit the rook immediately. The bishop can't defend, because then we would just take the bishop. So they would have to play an F6. Whether that's something worth doing is debatable. I don't see why we wouldn't, though. I don't see why we wouldn't do that. I really don't. It seems like a free move. It's not a move they want to play. They're looking for an E5. We probably want to go Queen D4 here. Maybe not. Maybe just go back to E4. We could do like a G3 and retreat and try a kingside attack. I think we just go back to E4 though. We made a weakness and we just go back. They've got a strange position now. Bishop there is now a move they can do, which I probably should have seen. I don't think it's the end of the world though. I don't think it's the end of the world. I would offer the queen trade here because the knight hits the bishop once we take. E5 I don't think they would do. That just allows us to take the queen and get rid of their castling rights. They go knight there. I don't really know what that's hitting. Oh, they're looking for a supported E5. They could have... they don't want a queen trade. So then they can go E5 without any problems. Okay. I'm tempted to go bishop c4. Then we can just go back. Are we going to allow them to take c2 is another question. Do we want to play a c3 to protect c2? Is also another question. I think I'm going to go that route. Go back to e3. And I don't like this. I think we definitely made a mistake going back to e3, allowing bishop out. That solved a lot of their problems. They go bishop there. And we're going to go bishop c4 here to stop their castling. They're going to have to play an awkward move to prevent castling, to allow them to castle here. I think bishop c4 is a good move. That was probably a bit foot off the gas. I think they needed like an e5. They offer a queen trade now. Is interesting. We just go bishop b3, play a d4, bishop f4, and we have a nice position. Like it's not a bad position at all. I think we should trade off queens here, drop the bishop back, get a d4 in. They could play a c5 themselves, but I think that's a bit weak. They long castle, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. So d4 there's prevented them from playing e5, so this is going to be a bit of an awkward pawn for them. They still could play it, granted. But it's something they have to work towards. They're looking for potentially a knight c4 here, which could be annoying. Yeah. Potentially annoying. Potentially. We could still go bishop f4. And then take here. And use that momentum to create a kingside attack. Knight takes. Bishop takes b3. And then where's the bishop going? Where is the bishop going? Probably retreating back there. Then we can just long castle, right? If it goes there again, then we can at least hit it with a rook takes. Rook there, right? We can at least hit it with that. Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. I think that's not a bad idea. I like the bishop there for the attack on the king. It's doing a lot of things to limit that. We are also threatening a bishop e6 here. If this knight ever moves somewhere, obviously if it goes to c4, it's going to be blocking in our bishop. It goes there, which is interesting. I think we move the bishop back and play a c4, right? And again, just start our kingside attack. We can still long castle, by the way. This bishop's not stopping us long castling, which would give us a tempo on the bishop as well. They go for the cheap trap. Which is fine. I think there we just play h4, right? I think we just play h4. There's no reason to let them do that. Long castles I can see being a viable option. That seems like a huge mistake. That doesn't seem good at all. You've given me so many holes here. Oh, where to start? I mean, knight there, push, takes, right? And then takes, and then check. Then takes. I just like. You know, you can't not like that. I think we do that, actually. We've got the immediate threat of the fork here. And we have a fork here as well, which is going to be really tricky to defend. Probably a bishop, a rook there. Oh, they go there, which doesn't actually solve any of their problems. So we just get a free exchange out of this. I'm happy with that. Again, we can just drop the bishop back to h2. Play a g3, g4 if necessary as well. They go there. Yeah, I mean, we take the exchange. Long castle. I think we long castle, right? We hit the bishop. We develop a rook. We're no longer going for... Oh. That's fine. Yeah, we walked into that one. A bit. Oops. Yeah, that's a silly mistake. It's the same threat we were threatening. Gosh. We could go f4 here. Actually, no, we can't. Knight takes is annoying. So we have to go rook d2, right? Yeah, we have to go rook d2, which is fine. We give back the exchange. Not ideal. I still think we have a potentially better position. This bishop's a bit... They do get rid of their bishop pair from this, which would be good for us. And if they don't take, then we're going to go knight takes. Or bishop takes knight. Then bishop takes. Potential opposite coloured bishops. We will get the bishop on f4, though, unless they go f4 first. But either way, we're either getting the bishop out or claiming the semi-open file, which I don't think is bad. Yeah. I don't know what they're waiting on. I think you just take the rook, right? I think you just take the rook every day. Every day you take the rook. The knight's also pinned to their rook. I don't think I can do anything with that, unfortunately. But that's interesting to note. That is very interesting to note. Potentially an f4 could work then, because if knight takes, bishop takes. Oh, they do take, which was the logical thing. Their bishop's under fire. And I think we just play a bishop e5, right? This is a well-placed bishop. It's controlling a lot of their squares. They still can't push e7, which I think was the problem with an early f5. They can't do anything with that. We could go into an opposite coloured bishop endgame. It's not something I'm particularly wanting to do, to be honest. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a bit of a drawn-out one. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a drawn-out battle, to be honest. I'm never taking that in a million years. Like, in a million years, I am never taking that. We're going to play an F3 just to limit that activity. Potentially go reroute to G5 to attack this weak pawn, which is exactly what I'm going to do because we have bishop E6 now, which I really like. Bishop E6. And then if the rook ever goes to E8 to defend the pawn, we have bishop to F7 as well. Really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. So we go... oh, they go there. Yeah, just a bishop G5, right? We're hitting this. This is annoying for them. Maybe it takes... Yeah, this knight's annoying. It is annoying. What do we do with that annoying knight, though? Do we go for a C4? C4, we probably have to play an A3 first just to stop the knight going to B4. I think is important. Then do we do a D5? Depends where they go. Let's go for A3 then. Yeah, they have no real pushing threats. They push E6. I think that gives our dark squared bishop way too much control, to be honest. Now push. Knight back push. Pawn takes. Rook takes, king takes, pawn takes. Is going to an opposite coloured bishop endgame, which is unfortunate. How do we do this? Do we go for a G4? Is strange. Is strange. Thing is, if we move the rook, they can actually play an E5, which I don't want at all. Okay, so then do we move the rook the king over? Go rook D1. And then look for a C4. D5. No, because then they'll have a rook E2 at the end. Okay. Okay. Do we just take? No, we can't just take. Actually, we could just take, right? And play this. That's at least a draw. That's at least a draw. And this knight is the most annoying piece. If they take with this pawn... Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's actually go king down then. I think it's interesting. King down. Then we go rook over, like this. And then we're looking for the same without the rook e2 at the end. They're looking for that. I don't... Oh, we can't actually go there because of the bishop. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. There, push. I don't know. I don't know. King up. Ah. Worst case, we trade. Oh, that's a huge mistake, right? That is a huge mistake. Firstly, we take, right? They take that way. Then look for this. The rook can't move because it's pinned to that. So we just go c1 and look for the push. Go a4. Okay. They've given us something. Is it too late? I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Not quite sure. The rook goes to b7 here. Or not. Oh, that's a huge mistake as well, surely. 14 seconds left. I'm not sure if we can do this, to be honest. We have check. Go there. Go back. Go there. Five seconds left. We got a flag. Run out of time. Run out of time. That's frustrating. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I think we're winning this. Probably not. Probably drawn. Thing is, white has to go back here, and if they go back here, we take this. So we're at least the one making threats, but they can just go like king there, and shuffle. And nothing really happens. So this is dead drawn, I think. This is dead drawn. So we were up in the middle game, and then going towards drawnish in the end game. Slight advantage for black, actually, which is crazy. By the way, 77.0 versus 80.0. That seems harsh. 1900 versus 2050. Blah, 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 blah. We know this opening. This is strange, though, and we were definitely right to go to e5. And then the question is, what do you do after that? The move is actually queen e3, which looks strange, because you're sort of blocking in this dark squared bishop going to f4. But then again, I guess the point is, where else are you going to go? You know, like we saw, queen e4 falls into bishop f5, which isn't bad, but you're giving them so much development. Where else can you go? c3. c3 seems okay. Maybe you want to play c3 itself, though, so potentially also in the way. And then e2, which I don't like, because the bishop needs to go to c4, basically. So it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. And I think, yeah, we made a series of bad calls here. They can take this. I think I'm fine with them taking this, because we take. And it's not as valuable as a pawn as it looks, I think. Knight d4. The threat is this. Maybe getting the bishop pair. I don't know how they actually stop this. You go there. I'd probably take, right? And then you've got the double pawns for this. You're more likely to push this to d5 and make awkwardness. They can't castle. So, I don't know. We definitely were right, I think, to trade off. The computer says it's good. Apparently you go queen there, which looks ridiculous to me. I don't know why you would ever do this. But then again, they do that and the bishop's permanently toast, right? So maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not that bad. That's a wild one, though. Knight takes, bishop goes back. And then we play d4. I'm super happy with this setup. The computer's just saying zeros across the board. Bishop d3 is a nice lucky move. I don't think it does much, though. I mean, we fell into the threat of long castles, which is silly. And the knight on d5 is a really nice outpost as well. So I actually wanted us to go bishop to e6 first, king over, and then check, maybe. But then the king, like, is in the corner. It's relatively safe. But maybe then you go for your amazing kingside attack idea. Oh, without hanging the bishop first. Rook D to E1 instead of H to E1 is insane, right? That's absolutely insane. Doesn't make much of a difference, but wow. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. I don't know how computers decide this stuff. We tried to save the bishop. H4 is necessary. And this bishop actually felt a bit awkward for some time here, especially with the threat of F4 coming. Luckily, I think we managed to work around that with a knight G5. Obviously getting the fork here. I thought this was a good try, actually. I think we take the knight here. No. We go for the fork first. No. What is the best move? Oh, you just retreat? Oh, and they still can't defend because then takes and fork. You take this rook. And maybe this is weak. They would have to take back with the king, right? Oh, you don't even... Ah, you don't even go there. You go there for the fork on the pawn. Not really even a fork, but same idea. They give us the exchange, and we give the exchange straight back, which is always a great sign. Yeah, and I'm super happy here, and the computer agrees. This is plus 2.3. So although the material is equal, I think especially this backwards pawn is a huge advantage for us. We definitely, I think, maybe loosened up letting them play e6. But then again, I don't really know what else we could have done, to be honest. Oh, we lost it. We lost it. There we go. Yeah, I don't really know what else we could have done. Apparently, a3 isn't ideal. The better move is to go c4. So this c4 idea does actually work. I was worried about that, but I guess there's no actual real threat from that. You just go calmly to king c3. And then the question is, where is this knight going? Which is really, really crazy. So the knight has to go back to b6 no matter what, which is really cool. Or not, apparently. Not even the best move. Goes back there. And then maybe you're supporting e6 as well. Ah, okay, okay. Nope. And then, what is the follow-up after that? Oh, you go bishop back. What? That's insane. Some weird lines. Are you ever looking for a d5? I guess you don't really have to rush with it. That's the beauty. You go b5, c5 instead? And you let knight takes? Because of bishop there? Okay, you go there. And then just take the pawns. You throw in the check first. And then take the pawns. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. So the target's actually these pawns instead of the e pawn, which is crazy to me. King d1. Bit of a weird move. Again, it just wants this c4 idea, which we saw, but I didn't think necessarily worked. Because I thought the knight was going to b6. The knight actually goes to c7. In fact, I want to see what happens after b6. Did we ever find out? Bishop e6. Oh, same thing, yeah. Where are we? There. And then I thought we sort of shuffling here. You know, that it's opposite coloured bishops. No one's up any material. We are slightly better positionally, but I don't think anything's really happening. Low on time here as well. Anything can really happen. A4 definitely a bit of a mistake. Opening up things when you don't need to. You know, you get in the rook another way in. Its only way in actually. It has nowhere to go at the minute. And then you giving it a pathway. Which is just so unnecessary. We mess around. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, hang a bishop here because of that. Which is stupid. But again, 10 seconds on the clock, so I'll forgive myself. Let them take these pawns. And then this is dead drawn, right? This is dead drawn. Neither of us can make any progress, like we said. they can't really target this without giving up these, but also we can't really target that because the king just covers and can't really be moved, especially with the rooks off the board like we did. Dead drawn. But 0.6 seconds, there's only so much you can do. There is only so much you can do. Anyway, that was a fun game. We're getting a bit below 2,000 now, so what I might do, I might play some games on my own without the commentary and all that. Try to get back up to a higher rating and sort of go from there. Maybe, we'll see. Maybe we'll play a few more, try to get it back up over camera. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.